Right now, this is a question on a kind of series. Series से ज़्यादा it's a role play on this bracket. Let bracket x be the largest integer less than or equal to x, which is also called the floor function. ठीक है? It wants us to add values for different add the bracket for different values of n. For example, 1/5 plus 1/25, 1/5 plus 2/25, 1/5 plus 3/25, ऐसे करके it wants us to add. ठीक है? So now check what is the first time that you will get an integral value over here. 1/5 plus 1/25 is less than 1, तो वो 0 देगा. 1/5 plus 2/25 is 0 point something, that is also less than 1, तो वो 0 देगा. So for the first time, let me just write it out. Let me make the bracket as 25, sorry, the denominator. 5/25 plus n/25 आपको 1 कब देगा? सबसे पहले if I have a 1/25, 5/25 plus 1/25 is 6/25. 6/25 is less than 1, so greatest integer less than 6/25 is 0. Then 5 plus 2, 7/25. Greatest integer less than 7/25 is also 0. 8/25 is also 0. 9/25, 10/25, 11/25, 12/25. The first time you hit 20/25, 5 plus 20 will become 25/25 and you will get 1. ठीक है? उसके बाद you will hit 26/25. ठीक है? 5 plus 21. 26/25 will also be 1. 27/25 is 1. 28/25 का nearest integer is 1. 29/25, 30/25 and so on up till 50/25 will be 2. ठीक है? 50/25 will be 2. That means 49/25 तक you will keep getting 1. Dot 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 dot. 49 कब आएगा? 5 plus 44. So 49/25 तक आपका you will get a 1. That means for all of these values आपका 1 आते जाएगा. So question has a summation over here. So 1 1 1 1 total how many ones do you get? N equal to 20 to 44. You have 25 values of 1. 25 values of 1 means 25 into 1 25 आ गया. When you ended at n equal to 44. ठीक है? So what is the value of n? N का value 44 हो जाएगा. 44 will be the right answer. And इसके next step क्या होगा? 45/25, that will become 50/25, that will become a 2. But उससे पहले answer आ चुका है. The answer is 44. N equal to 44. This is a standard ratios question. In a village, the number of males to females is 5:4. So 5 पे males, 4 पे females, males and females. Then you have ratio of literate males to females. So यहाँ पे you have males में literate and illiterate, L and I. Females में literate and illiterate, L and I. ठीक है? So ratio of males to females, यहाँ पे males to females literate is 2:3. तो यहाँ 2:3 लिखा है in red color. Illiterate males to females is 4:3. Constant को हम देख के अभी लगाते हैं. And if 3600 males in the village are literate, so यहाँ पे 2k, let's put red color का constant k. 3600 males are literate, 2k is 3600, k is 1800, and therefore 3k becomes 5400. ठीक है? Now let's put green color का constant as a, so the total number of males become 3600 plus 4a. ठीक है? I think I want to make a change. Let me make it 40a. Green color 40a and 30a कर देते हैं. You'll understand why. ठीक है? एंड ये आपका टोटल आ जाएगा. सो टोटल इज डिवाइडेड 5 parts मेल 4 parts फीमेल, और 5/9 मेल्स 4/9 फीमेल. ठीक है? सो 5/9 ऑफ द टोटल इज 3600 प्लस 40a. इससे आपका 5 कैंसिल करो, t/9 आ गया. 720 plus 4a 8a, and then let's multiply by 4 to get the females, because females is 4 parts, 4/9 of the total. 40/9 becomes 2880 plus 32a. तो वो फीमेल्स यहाँ नीचे आ गई. 2880 प्लस 32a, एंड फीमेल्स का टोटल इज़ 5400 प्लस 30a. सो यहाँ नीचे उसको लिख देते हैं 5400 प्लस 30a. इससे a आ जाएगा. ठीक है? 2a इज़ 2520, एंड लेट्स मल्टीप्लाई बाय 16, बिकॉज मुझे तो यहाँ पे 32a चाहिए फॉर द फीमेल्स. 32A becomes 40320. Question says total number of females in the villages. So 32A में 2880 ऐड कर देंगे. So 40320 plus 2880 gives you a 43200. That is the number of females inside the village, and that is the right answer for question number 13. Another profit and loss question. Amal buys 110 kg of syrup, 120 kg of juice. Syrup being 20% or 1 by 5 less costly than juice. Syrup 1 by 5 कम है, minus 1 by 5 है as compared to juice. ठीक है, चलो let's make a table on this. Let us take syrup and juice. इसका quantity लेते हैं. Syrup 110 kg, juice 120 kg, total 230 kg. Now I have taken juice का price as 5k. 5k को 1 by 5 कम कर दिया because syrup is 1 by 5 less than juice. 5k को 1 by 5 कम किया तो 4k हो गया. ठीक है, let's multiply to get the cost. 110 into 4k is 440k, 120 into 5k is 600k. Total किया तो you get the cost price of 1040k. ठीक है, now we sell further. 10 kg syrup बेचेंगे at a 10% profit, 20 kg juice बेचेंगे at a 20% profit. ठीक है, so let's get the SP and CP. 4k को 10% बढ़ाओ, 0.4k बढ़ाओ, you get 4.4k. 5k का 20% is 1k, 1k बढ़ाया, 5k plus 1k is 6k. Let us sell this much. Quantity is 10 kg and 20 kg. So total 30 kg. Out of 230 kg, 30 kg आपने बेच दिया है. Multiply 4.4 into 10, that's 44k, and 6k into 20 is 120k. You get a total of 164k तो हो गया. 164k हो गया. बाकी का क्या किया? Mixing the remaining juice and syrup, Amal sells the mixture at 308.32 per kg. ठीक है, and makes an overall profit of 64%. Fine. So what is your total revenue now? Your total revenue is going to be 200 kg. Out of 230 kg, 30 kg हो गया. 200 kg बेचा. For 200 into 308.32, that's 61.64. So what is your total revenue? 164k plus 61664 is equal to the cost price 1040k. इस पे 64% profit, that's 164%, that's 164 upon 100. Solve for k. ये हो जाएगा 1705.61. You can use a calculator and 0.6k. Subtract, you get k का value is 61664 divided by 1541.6. K is equal to 4040. Amal's cost price for syrup, that is 4k, becomes 160. The answer is 160 for question number 14. The next is a normal algebra question. You are given two equations and immediately I can see that these two equations should be added together. When you add them, what do you get? A square plus b square plus 2ab and then plus a plus b is equal to 28 plus 14 is 42. ठीक है, then this is of course a plus b whole square plus a plus b is 42. Take a plus b common. A plus b into a plus b plus 1 is equal to 42, which 42 को I can write it as 6 into 7. ठीक है, so a number into that number plus 1 is 6 into 7, so a plus b is equal to 6. ठीक है, and I need 2a plus b, but a plus b से 2a plus b कैसे आएगा? So I go to the options. The value of 2a plus b is given as 7, 10, 9, 8. ठीक है, so out of 2a plus b I am given a plus b. 7 में से 6 इधर है तो a आ जाएगा. So a turns out to be 7 minus 6, that's 1. या फिर 10 minus 6, that's 4. 9 minus 6 is 3 and 8 minus 6 is 2. a plus b is 6, जिसमें से a आ चुका है, so दूसरा वैल्यू आ जाएगा, which would be b. 6 minus 1 would be 5, 6 minus 4 would be 2, 6 minus 3 is 3 and 6 minus 2 becomes 4. Using all of these values, एक एक करके I will just test it among the options. Let's say for example second equation में b को डालते हैं 5 and a को डालते हैं 1. 5 square is 25 plus 5 into 1 is 5. तो 30 तो यहीं हो गया, so this option does not work. Let's try the second option. b is 2 and a is 4. So 2 square हो गया 4, 4 into 2 8 plus 2. This is not 28. Second option is also gone. Let's try the third one. 3 and 3. 3 square 9 plus 3 into 3, 9 plus 3. This is not 28. Answer has to be the last one, but let's verify. 4 square is 16 plus 4 into 2, 8 plus 2 is plus b, right? Plus 4. 24 plus 4 is equal to 28. It is satisfying my equation. So the answer is D part for question number 15. It's a simple interest question. Alex invested his savings in two parts. Simple interest on first part, 15% for 4 years, same as simple interest on second part, 12% for 3 years. So first part का principal ले लेते हैं P1, rate into time, 15%, time is 4 years. Second part का principal ले लेते हैं P2 into rate 12% for 3 years. The two interests are equal. It is asking percentage of his savings interest invested in the first part, P1 upon P2 चाहिए. So P1 upon P2 turns out to be 36 upon 60. और ये आपका चला गया 12 से 3 upon 5 times. So 3 parts in the first part, total out of 8 parts, right? 3 upon 5 plus 3, 8 parts. Into 100 करेंगे तो percentage आ जाएगा. That's 37.5%. The answer is B part for question number 16. Question on Venn diagrams involving maxima minima. 100 students, coffee, tea and lemonade, 3-set Venn diagram. Coffee, tea and lemonade, 73, 80 and 52 people like each of these. ठीक है. It may be possible that some students do not like any of these, यानी कि none वाला category could be non-zero. ठीक है, could be non-zero. Then the difference between maximum and minimum value for the number of students who like all the three drinks. So all the three drinks का maximum value is generally very very easy to do. आपका जो भी largest possible value है, for example lemonade, put it in the center. So now 52 people like lemonade and 52 people like tea also and coffee also, right? So inside lemonade rest of it becomes 0 और बाकी remaining values को तो हम किसी तरह fit कर ही लेंगे. So 52 becomes the maximum value over here without completing the Venn diagram. But 52 minus how much? So your answer 52 होगा या उससे कम होगा. So B part तो हो नहीं सकता. ठीक है. Now I need to move this and I need to write down my equation related to attributes. Number of people. So how many total drinks will be consumed? Roman number 1 means people drinking one drink. ठीक है. So one drink plus 2 into people drinking 2 drinks plus 3 into people drinking 3 drinks becomes the total number of drinks. And total drinks कितने हैं? 73 coffees, 80 teas and 52 lemonades. Drinks या फिर likes जैसा भी कहो. There are a total of 205 likes among 100 people. This is already covered in a Venn diagram theory class, right? So I'm assuming that वो part आपको clear है. The number of likes is 205 and the number of people over here is going to be 100 and हम none के value को 0 लेके चलेंगे. We'll put that value as 0 and I want to have minimum number of people over here. यहाँ पे minimum लोगों को रखना है. Just subtract these two equations. So Roman number 2 plus twice of number 3 becomes equal to 105. 105 लोग बचे हैं मेरे पास यहाँ पे, right? Now can I put Roman number 3 as 0? यहाँ पे 0 रख सकते हैं क्या? If you put 0 over here, then the number of people liking 2 drinks becomes 105. How can there be 105 people? 105 लोग ही नहीं है. We don't have 105 people over here. So this is gone. So एक आंसर तो गया. 53 तो वैसे ही गया. I have two options remaining. 48 कैसे आएगा? 52 minus 4 is 48 या फिर 52 minus 5 is 47. So let's try 4. If I put 4 over here, 2 into 4 is 8. 105 minus 8 is 97. There are 4 people who like exactly 3 drinks. 97 people who like exactly 2 drinks. That is a total of 101 people. 101 लोग तो यहाँ हो गए. रोमन नंबर 1 एग्जैक्टली 1 ड्रिंक वाले तो अभी डाले भी नहीं. If you put 4 here, you have 97 here, that's 101 people. We don't have 101 people. So therefore, option A is also gone. And without completing the Venn diagram, I know that answer is option number C for question number 17. So this was definitely a little challenging. And because of maxima minima, and हमने Venn diagram को पूरा करना ज़रूरी नहीं समझा है. Sequence and series. For any natural number n, sum of the first n terms is given as 2n square plus n. ठीक है. If the nth term is of the progression is divisible by 9. Let's get to the nth term. Divisible by 9. Nth term कैसे आएगा? Sn minus 1. Sum of n terms minus sum of terms of the first n minus 1 terms becomes twice n minus 1 whole square. N की जगह n minus 1 रख दिया basically. Plus n minus 1 and subtract. इन दोनों को subtract कर दो. So sum of n terms minus sum of the first n minus 1 terms is equal to tn. And subtract the first two. यहाँ 2 common हो जाएगा. n square minus n minus 1 square will give you 2n minus 1 plus and then n minus n minus 1 will give you a 1. ठीक है. This becomes equal to 4n minus 1. So 4n minus 1 is divisible by 9. So smallest n को option से ले लेते हैं quickly. Option से 4 डाला, 4 4 से 16 minus 1 is 15, not divisible by 9. अगला 7 डाला, 7 is the second smallest. 7 4 से 28 minus 1, 27 is divisible by 9. So the answer is C part for question number 18. Question from geometry. You have the vertices of a rectangle. They are lying on a circle of radius r. That's your rectangle. Let the length and breadth be L and B respectively. Perimeter is P, find the area. ठीक है. So now perimeter will be twice of L plus B, but in order to go in that direction, I will calculate L plus B whole square, because I have to create an equation to connect the radius, the perimeter and the area. Radius is R, perimeter will be L plus B, area will be L into B. What I can think of is L plus B whole square is equal to L square plus B square plus 2LB. I know few things. Perimeter is twice of L plus B. And I know that L square plus B square will be equal to your diameter square. And the diameter is the diagonal of the rectangle. So it will become 2R whole square. And finally, I know that the area is L into B. So I substitute L plus B becomes P by 2 whole square, which is P square upon 4. And then L square plus B square becomes 4R square, which is equal to twice of the area. And I need area A. So let us divide the whole equation by A and आपका आंसर आ जाएगा. यहाँ क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे 2 से. 4 will become 8 and this 4, second 4 will become 2. So your answer turns out to be B part for question number 19. Question is based upon averages, but I will use a more efficient way to solve this question. So the average weight of students in a class increases. Average weight अब बढ़ रहा है. There is a deviation by 600 grams when some new students join the class. If the average weight of the new students, अब new students की वजह से एक deviation हो रहा है, is 3 kg more than the average weight of the original students, find the ratio of original to new. ठीक है. So we talk about two methods of solving. One is the normal method, sum of values upon number of values to get the average. The other is the method of assumed mean. So for that we calculate the average deviation. Average deviation is the sum of all deviations upon number of values. ठीक है. And what is a deviation? Deviation is the gap between each observation and the assumed mean. It is the sum of summation. What is a deviation? Xi minus x bar a, the gap between each observation and the mean value that you are assuming. ठीक है. Divide by number of observations n. So average weight increases by 600 grams. That's 0.6 kg is your deviation in the mean value, क्योंकि कुछ नए बच्चे आए. So there were these old students, they had some average value. And now some new students have come. Because of this, the average value is shifting. ठीक है. So what will be the sum of deviations? The old students, their deviation from the mean is already 0 because उनकी वजह से तो mean आपने calculate किया था. But the new students are showing a deviation of 3 kg. So 3 kg per new student. Let's take some variables. M is the number of old students. N is the number of new students who join. ठीक है? So what is the sum of deviations that I have? 3 kg per new student. So total deviation becomes 3n divided by total number of students हो गया m plus n. That is your equation. This you now solve. Cross multiply. 0.6 is 3 by 5. 3 cancel. M plus n is 5n. So therefore m upon n becomes 4 upon 1. Solving is easy, but the equation average deviation is 0.6. Deviation in the mean is 0.6. Who is causing this deviation? The new students. 3 kg per new student, so the total deviation becomes 3n. What a beautiful way to solve this question. The answer is D part for question number 20. This is a question that is looking very dangerous, especially in an exam. Let A be the largest positive integer that divides all the numbers of the form 3 power k plus 4 power k plus 5 power k. B is the largest integer that divides 4 power k plus 3 into 4 power k plus 4 power k plus 2. इसमें 4 power k हम common ले लेंगे, where k is any positive integer. So 3k, 4k, 5k, let's vary k. k equal to 1 डालेंगे तो 5, 9, 12 आ जाएगा. 2 डालेंगे तो 25, 35, 41, 50 आ जाएगा. ठीक है. And at this point we know that for these two, the number that divides both of them has to be HCF, that is 2. And after this point all numbers will be even, तो आपका HCF तो 2 ही रहेगा. So A is the HCF of all these numbers. A happens to be 2. We'll take the other expression, take 4 power पे k common. यहाँ पे 1 आ जाएगा, 3 आ जाएगा, 4 square आ जाएगा. 1 plus 3 plus 4 square, which turns out to be 20 into 4 to the power k. So you get 20 into 4 power 1, 20 into 4 power 2, and so on. तो इसका HCF turns out to be 20 into 4. The number that divides each of these 20 into 4, 80. So आपका answer for A plus B turns out to be 2 plus 80. 82 is the right answer for question 21. Something that looked very, very dangerous is actually quite straightforward. This is a question on modulus. If you look at it, you wonder कि ये क्या मजाक है. But it is actually just one of the questions for approximate graph plotting in the mod chapter, right? So there's a range that 0 is less than equal to a is less than equal to x is less than equal to 100, and then you have a function. For different values of a you will get different fx values, and then the maximum value of fx becomes 100 when a is equal to. So आपको simply a fit करना है, function plot करना है, and you have to check कि maximum value 100 है क्या. That's all you have to do. So this seemingly difficult question actually becomes very straightforward. So let's take the first option. A को 100 लेते हैं, so mod x minus 100 plus mod x minus 100 double हो जाएगा, plus mod x minus 100 minus 50, that's 150. इसको क्या है? A is 100, so you have 100 lies between, sorry, x lies between 100 and 100, right? So x lies between a and 100, so between 100 and 100. That means आपको simply 100 पे इसका value निकालना है. 100 पे इसका value turns out to be 50. So the value of the function at 100, which is the only possible value that is being allowed, is 50, but मुझे maximum 100 चाहिए. So this is gone. Next, let's try 25. X minus 25, x minus 100, and x minus 75 हो जाएगा, where 25 and 100 के बीच में x lie करेगा. So I take the function, I take the first value 25 and I calculate 25 पे what is the function value. So 25 minus 100, 75 and 50, you'll get 125. So 125, I need maximum value 100, so therefore B is also gone. C plot करेंगे mod x plus mod x minus 100 plus mod x minus 50 very quickly. So x lies between 0 and 100. So f of 0 अगर आप निकालो तो वो 150 आ जाता है, right? But I need maximum 100. So now I know answer is 50. It has to be, everything else has been eliminated, but we can just verify over here. 50 डालेंगे, mod x minus 50, mod x minus 100 दो बार ही आ जाएगा. and x lies between 50 and 100. So plot 50 पे वैल्यू निकालेंगे 50 0 and 50 into 2 100 and 100 पे निकालेंगे 100 minus 50 is 50. So now you have the function between 50 and 100 because nothing else is allowed for x. Maximum is 100, minimum is 50. So therefore it satisfies my conditions and the answer is D part for question 22. Analyze this paper of ours, which is CAT 2022 slot 1, and we would like to see what the paper consists of and what were the very doable questions. We'll go through the questions once. This was the first question, which was very doable, just basic properties of a parallelogram. Now from here things became a little more tricky. PNC का very specific application was there, a very common application, but yes, ये strike होना थोड़ा सा challenging था. This was doable because it was a very basic application of allegations. Question 4 was largely hit and trial, and hit and trial under pressure can be challenging. This was a difficult question of quadratic equations because normal quadratic नहीं solve करना था, but the fact that there are no roots, थोड़ा सा graph को भी use करके set theory भी use करना था, so this was a tough one. This was a specific TSD application, TM square equal to T1 T2, and ये मान सकते हैं कि किया जा सकता था. We of course did it very quickly because we knew this particular result, but otherwise also student could have taken some time and solved this one. This was a doable question on averages, agreed, and this was a question from ratios जो कि आसान था, but there was some maxima minima involved, so yes, इसको तो मैं doable category में डालूँगा. Very lengthy arithmetic question, definitely worth skipping. Basic graph question from modulus, and we saw that इस type के 2 questions आए थे हमारे पास, so options use करने थे, but इतना आसान नहीं था ये. This was a tough question from geometry because we used the Pythagorean triplet. We were a little sneaky and then we got through. Tough question from series, which was also using functions and graphs. So at this point we are observing that they are not giving now they are not giving isolate questions from isolated chapters, but that they are mixing chapters. कभी वो functions and sequence series mix कर रहे हैं, कभी वो quadratic and graph mix कर रहे हैं, so that is making the difficulty level of the paper a little higher. ये doable question था from ratios, although the calculation was slightly lengthy, but yes, this was very doable. Another very lengthy question from arithmetic. What was this question? This was from algebra. You had to be a little creative in solving this, and then options को भी use करना था, तो ये बहुत आसान में तो नहीं जाएगा, but this was the easy one. Very easy SICI question. Tough question from Venn diagrams with maxima minima. This was a tough question from sequence and series. You needed to know that Sn minus Sn minus 1 is equal to Tn. This was a question from geometry, but it was using geometry and circles and rectangles सब कुछ. This was from averages. We used a very fancy approach, average deviation method, but उससे question बहुत ही ज़्यादा जल्दी हो गया. Question 21 was from exponents, and again थोड़ा सा इसको मुश्किल में ही डालेंगे. Question 22 तो काफ़ी मुश्किल था, but again approximate formation of graphs वाला approach and method. ठीक है. So we would like to add over here, I think question number 8 भी था ratios वाला. This paper contained 9 arithmetic questions and 6 algebra questions. ठीक है. Geometry के 3 सवाल थे. Modern maths is basically permutations, combinations and sequence and series के total 4 questions थे. So you can see that by far the representation of arithmetic is almost half of the paper. Algebra is also quite high. Numbers का कोई भी question नहीं था direct from numbers chapter, but of course certain properties of numbers are always used here and there. ठीक है? So the very very doable questions that we notice are listed as below. Question number 1, 3, 6, 7, 13, 16 and question 8. ये 7 सवाल तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा आसान थे, which any student could have done, and just these 7 questions would have helped you cross the 90 percentile mark. You needed 5 correct questions, around 15 marks for 85 percentile, which will enable you to cross the cutoff of almost all the exams. Then you had 6 questions for 90 percentile mark. 6 3s are 18 marks पे ले जाता. उसके बाद थोड़ा थोड़ा गैप था. 8 questions, 8 3s are 24 would take you to 95, and 8 question, see, for somebody with a very very primitive preparation, 7 सवाल थे आपके लिए out of 22, right? So for somebody with a fairly decent preparation, तो आप 8-10 सवाल तो बना ही सकते थे. तो 11 questions would have taken you to 33 marks, that's 98 percentile, right? 10 सवाल तो मतलब कहीं नहीं गए. 11 98 percentile, 12 questions 99 percentile, 13 correct questions in 40 minutes will take you to 99.5 percentile. तो 7 सवाल तो यहीं पे थे. So around another 5 more questions, some of the difficult ones would have taken you to 99 percentile, and that is sufficient for one section. अगर आपके करीब 36 marks आ रहे हैं, that is very good, it's wonderful, and repeat that for the other 2 sections and you're through. So this is the analysis for this particular paper. We've seen the questions that were doable, we've seen the representation from different topics, and we've seen the scores required for different percentiles. We observed that the CAT 2022 paper was a little more difficult as compared to last year, CAT 2021. थोड़ा सा पेपर मुश्किल हो गया, and the topics started getting mixed up. Yeah. So that's all. If you have any questions to ask or any queries, you can post that in the comment section. So until next time, thank you.